never switch sides. Like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad. Lot of ties in the hearse. I've been on the vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, do that ass survive, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit it to the sky, change haters on a tirade. Talking to the crib in the face, be still, like that hate stuff fade. We all want the same, we all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel big from the bib. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beast with the slap, hit myself on the map. You long with the wind, but we knowing that it's cap. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, living time when I chat. Burning down sage, keep the demons away. When I rather give a piece of myself to the page. I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm made.
From the glass in the mirror. Yeah. Do it at me, old man, trying to pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk with the last.
Hey everyone, it's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, we will be taking a look at the performance review of the Nike LeBron 21. All right, so starting off with the traction pattern on the Nike LeBron 21. These do come with a multi-directional traction pattern, as you can see right here. Basically has coverage on every point of this outsole. Now, how these performed on clean floors, they were absolutely elite. But I know a lot of people will not be playing on super clean floors. Now, if there's even slight dust, you are gonna have to wipe with these every 4 or 5 plays, because if you're not wiping, you will be slipping out a little bit. There was a few instances where I was making some really hard cuts laterally and my foot would slide out like 3 or 4 inches to a stop. So that's one thing I am gonna mention. The rubber compound is pretty soft right here. So I don't think for 200 USD, I would be taking these outdoors. In my opinion, the Nike LeBron 20 had slightly better traction because I wasn't sliding out at all in those, but these screech super loud. There's a ton of feedback. Again, if you're wiping or on a clean floor, you're gonna have no issues at all with the Nike LeBron 21. So as far as the traction goes, I'm gonna have to give these a 9 out of 10. Not quite elite, just under elite in my opinion. For me, elite is 9.5 or 10. But if you're wiping like I mentioned, you'll be good to go on the Nike LeBron 21. So as far as the cushioning goes on the Nike LeBron 21, this back portion right here that does wrap around the heel, it does kind of jut out a bit right here. Now this foam compound is a lot more dense than the rest of the stuff up front. I believe this is a Phylon here at the back. It's very dense and very stable, very different than the Nike LeBron 20s. Moving your way forward from that, this right here is Cushlon 2.0. You might ask what that is. In my opinion, it's just a softer ride as far as compared to the original Cushlon. It is on the medial side right here also. So very soft in the forefoot, very stable in the heel. Now housed within this foam compound, in the forefoot, you do have a very large volume Zoom turbo bag. That's directly underfoot, so it's gonna be very nice for forefoot strikes and just overall impact protection and court feel up front in the 21s. In the heel, you do have a very large volume 13mm heel Zoom bag. It is bottom loaded, so that foam is gonna disperse that energy before you hit that Zoom airbag. So it's definitely different than the Nike LeBron 20. A ton of people said it was too mushy at the back of the shoe. I actually really enjoyed the 20s slightly better than these, but I'm not mad at the cushioning setup. It's more or less the exact same from last year, bringing it over here on the Nike LeBron 21. If you guys have played in this cushion setup yet, let me know what you guys think. I definitely think it's very plush underfoot, very nice, more or less the same from last year, but just a bit softer up front with that Cushlon 2.0. The heel to toe transition in this shoe is very nice, very natural feeling. As you can see here, there is a bit of a curvature towards the toe box, So overall, the cushioning setup on the Nike LeBron 21 is a nice addition to this line. More or less the same from last year with a tweaked heel counter. As far as the cushioning goes, I'm gonna have to give these a very solid 9.5 out of 10. If you're a guard or a big man, this cushioning setup will have you covered with the heel and forefoot Zoom bags. So as far as the materials go on the Nike LeBron 21s, you are kind of getting this raw leather or nubuck combo material here. It is a raw material, so it is going to take some time to break in. Once these break in, they're very nice on foot. But you will have to go through some really snugness. This material right here is pretty thin, so it doesn't take a ton of time, but a good hour or two, and these will form to your foot very nicely. Now, compared to last year we did have that mesh material, kind of like the basket weave. I thought they were fantastic, but here on the 21s, they are going for the more premium look on the Nike LeBron 21. And as far as what I've seen in the calendar, as far as like 10 pairs that are coming out, they're all leather, nubuck. There are some patent leather ones. There's no mesh ones. So this is kind of what we're getting this year on the 21s as far as the materials go. On the tongue, you do have the leather portion up top and then some screen mesh moving down from that with some really big hole punch outs for breathability. You do have some perforations here on the lateral and the medial side, but this shoe's not very breathable. I found that my foot was soaking quite a bit here compared to last year's in the Nike LeBron 21s. And then the foam material around the back of the shoe is the exact same from the Air Zoom generations, LeBron 2s, 3s, and last year's on the 20s. It's kind of got those little holes punched out. It's very comfortable, and it does wicken away some sweat. So overall, the materials on these are very nice. Also behind the tongue, you kind of have this satin material. It's very nice. It's kind of quilted. So the materials on the 21s are very premium. So if you like raw materials, look no further because the 21s will have you covered. So as far as the materials go on the Nike LeBron 21s, I would have to give these a very solid 9.5 out of 10. So as far as the weight goes in the Nike LeBron 21, this is a US size 10.5, and these do come in at 15.35 ounces. So all things considered, more or less the same weight from last year on the Nike LeBron 20, a pretty lightweight basketball shoe in my opinion. As far as the fit goes on the Nike LeBron 21s, I went true to size. Last year, most of my pairs were a size 10.5. Some of them were 11 because they fit a little snugger in the 20s, but here in the 21s, I did go with a size 10.5. Now, how these fit on foot is like a straight jacket. As you can see, the toe box is very tapered. It kind of goes down towards the toe here. So not a lot of volume here. My toe in a size 10.5 is seated right about right here. So very snug on foot, no wiggle room within this shoe at all. It's a 1-to-1 fit here in the Nike LeBron 21, but it does take some time to break in because this material feels pretty stiff on foot right off the bat. So there is a little bit of break-in time, but overall, my foot was not moving at all here. The lockdown was fantastic. So as far as the fit goes here in the Nike LeBron 21, at least for my foot, it was an elite fitting basketball shoe here. If you do have a wide foot, I would recommend going up half a size in these because they do run a little bit narrow here near the toe box. But if you have a regular foot shape, you should be good to go in true to size in the Nike LeBron 21. So for me, as far as the fit goes in the LeBron 21s, I'm gonna have to give these a 9.5 out of 10. Basically a perfect fitting shoe minus that break-in period. But once these are broken in, they are glorious on feet. As far as the support goes in the Nike LeBron 21, starting at the back of the shoe, you have a very rigid heel counter. It is very sturdy. One of the most sturdy internal heel counters that I've actually ever played in. It's very nice. It does lock your foot in fantastic in the Nike LeBron 21. Now moving your way down from that, you do have this material, which is a raw material. So naturally it's going to be very supportive underfoot. But underneath that material, I did forget to mention that in the material portion, you do have this screen mesh underlay material and then the leather material. It's all acting together to offer some great support. And then as you can see right here, you do have some dynamic flywire here on the lateral and the medial side. And then you can kind of see all those striations under the material, all those lines kind of running throughout to the upper on the 21s. That is flywire underneath that leather material. So when you make some hard lateral cuts, this whole upper with that flywire underneath is gonna keep your foot on the footbed. You will not be spilling over the side of this shoe at all. Here in the forefoot, you do have this tiny lateral guardrail right here. So on those hard lateral cuts, your foot is sitting housed within this. And then you also have this outrigger right here that does flare out a lot. to prevent your foot from teetering over on hard landings or landing on someone's foot. Moving your way down from that, you do have a very wide and stable base here in the forefoot. Even the heel is pretty wide, wider than the 20s, I would say. So as far as the overall support, these shoes are fantastic. The one thing I was disappointed to see is this plastic TPU shank plate. It does only run like this. It doesn't even go side to side. It's really small. It just runs across kind of vertically with the shoe. So this shoe does have some more flex as far as the forefoot goes. You can bend this shoe in half. If you like that, then you will like the LEBRON 21s. But overall, I think the support in this shoe is basically elite. So as far as the support goes, I would have to give these a very solid 9.5 out of 10. The only one thing I would have liked to see is having that carbon fiber shank plate that does run a little longer than that TPU one does. Because if you do need that midfoot support, this shoe does bend quite a bit here in the Nike LEBRON 21s. Some people might love that. I know a lot of guards are probably gonna love that for this shoe having great forefoot flex. But for me, I would have just preferred a little bit more stability here right in the midfoot. But overall, like I said, a very supportive basketball shoe here. So that's gonna do it for today's performance review on the Nike LEBRON 21. Do I like this shoe? Yes, I actually absolutely love it, especially once that material is broken in. This shoe has pretty solid traction, especially if you're wiping or on a clean floor. The cushioning is very stable, very nice underfoot, very plush. They did a fantastic job in implementing that forefoot and heel zoom airbag. The materials are premium. I still prefer the materials last year from the 20s, but overall, this shoe just fits so well, has great support, great traction, great cushioning. You really can't go wrong. The only thing that I would say you can go wrong with is the price point at 200 USD, 260 here in Canada. So I would just wait for these to go on sale. You know, if you can get them for 30 or 40% off, I think they're fantastic. I would maybe even just go after last year's Nike LEBRON 20 because you can catch those on sale rather than paying full pop for these, and then maybe catch these on sale down the line. So the Nike LEBRON 21 definitely delivers as far as performance goes. The aesthetics aren't bad either. I definitely like what they've done with these low top Nike LEBRON basketball shoes. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think of these. Again, very steep at that price point of 200 USD. But as far as the performance goes, these shoes definitely hold their own. They're a fantastic performing basketball shoe. So definitely a nice addition to the Nike LEBRON line. So again, let me know what you guys think of these down in the comments. As always, if you guys can like, comment, and subscribe, that does help the channel a ton. And check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk. It is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.